traps. All right, come on. Come on. We can all agree. Anyways, I don't think there's actually a detection with this army, funnily enough. But it's about to catch the army of HyperTurtle completely for free. Well, half the army was split off there, but TheArchaic, not quite sure of that. Oh my gosh, there's about to be a lot of big balls exploding all over the army of HyperTurtle. They continue to go out, clean up a bunch of the Archons. There are still Archons at the front, and the Disruptors are completely spent. +2 upgrades, and the DTs with no detection, ravaging the army of the Archaic. 2 of the Disruptors have gone down, 2 others very low at this point. But there is detection here for the DTs now, so they do get cleaned up. This 4th base starting to take some major damage. HyperTurtle continuing to warp in behind. Disruptors do get sniped. Excellent target fire out of the Stalkers of HyperTurtle as he continues to push forward with his army. Dealing a lot of probe damage and continuing to warp in and fight, trying to target down the pylon, but unfortunately there's another pylon. Who could have predicted this? Does target the battery now, but I think that will allow the Archaic to clean up here. I think maybe just taking the 4th and then leaving would have been the best option there for HyperTurtle, but unfortunately winds up trading his entire army and I think potentially his life for it. It's not going to matter too much if you do kill these. Okay. The Archaic does clear out 2 of the cannons. I like that move. Very cute. Feel free to screenshot. And now going to hit another cannon, some probes. I feel like you should maybe save the Disruptor Balls for the army, but they may be able to replenish in time, so it might not matter. That is so many Archons. That is 17 plus 3 Archons. Or no, I'm sorry, they're plus 2. They're almost plus 3. Uh-oh, here comes the balls! Balls! No! Oh my gosh. And just like that, you're down to 9 Archons. That's not very many. At least not as many as 17 was. I'm not sure who's winning this fight. I think it's the Archaic for sure, though. HyperTurtle is coming in with Stalkers, but they're actually not great against Void Rays if the Void Rays overcharge. The Archons are protecting the front, but now the overcharged Void Rays are slaughtering everything. Yeah, fighting down that choke with 17 Archons was possibly the worst choke in this map to fight in with Archons. And there's a lot of chokes in this map. I mean, oh hey, he does manage to snipe one of the things, so that's nice. Oh, he doesn't have detection again, so he has to target down the mothership, which means a lot of shots will be able to go off. There's no more battery overcharge, but I think HyperTurtle may be able to hold here. Oh, blink away! Oh, he blinked into the other Disruptor Ball. No! Ah! Okay. I think HyperTurtle will be able to survive here with 51 workers remaining, which is a good amount of economy. As the Archaic is almost fully mined out in his 3rd base even at this point, which means he will only have 1 mining base to the 2 of HyperTurtle. Has managed to clean up 2 more of the Disruptors, and the Archaic is open supply and kill your opponent. I guess you can kind of do the second one without doing the first one. Be down in supply and still kill your opponent. That's like a fun little thing that can happen. Anyways, the army is going into the only remaining mining base of the Archaic and targeting it down. Does decide, you know what, I guess I will kill your units first. Oh, an excellent last-second lift on the Disruptor, and GG is called. So a long, long way from being able to help out, which means these tanks should be able to get a nasty position, potentially. And he's going to slow push. Forget I said anything. Oh, he's going to very slow push it. Okay, HyperTurtle's army is starting to move down now. If Rex moves in and Chumley sieges up, this is going to be a hard nut to crack of siege tanks. A nut of siege tanks, I think, is the technical term for a lot of tanks. Siege you! Oh no, siege the tanks. Okay, tanks are sieging. Massive biles on the Void Rays. Oh my gosh! Huge biles. Targets down the overcharged battery, and huge biles on the carriers! Oh my word! A massive attack out of Chumley and Rex here, annihilating the Protoss armies. I mean, that was just huge biles on those Void raising carriers. I'm talking about how Marines are good against carriers. What about Ravagers, baby? Channeling Dark here is Rex maxed out, and this is exactly what Steph was talking about in that pregame interview. If you leave Rex alone, you better fear for your life, because things are about to go very poor for you. Goodness gracious, that was insanity there. Massive corrosive biles. Those are some of the nastiest corrosive biles on air I've seen. Definitely the nastiest I've seen in the FSL. Holy cannoli. Great play out of Rex there and Chumley. Good adaptation saying, what if we didn't let you get a big army, right? What if we just kind of went for it? And GG's called. Robo's a little over halfway done. That means these mines should get off at least one more set of shots, if not two. KJ is dropping out one more mine. Oh! 10 probes, dude. Oh my gosh. KJ gets a massive shot! Oh, 6 more probes! And the mines in the main base are still ready to fire, I believe. This is disastrous for Neutrophil here, who's down to only 11 workers sub-start on his worker count. And hot diddly dang, I suppose. And thusly, yeah, Freedom's just trying to keep the screws to his opponent, so to speak. Oh, and the Stalkers are looking to go down and deal with these Marins. Quick, force field your ramp again, Neutrophil. I promise it'll be worth it. Oh, and now another dive into the main base. There's a cannon there, but it's not done yet. Oh, burrow. 2 probes. Lost mining time. Oh, and now the Marines and Marauders coming in for Freedom. And they don't have stem yet, but there's a lot of them. There is charged zealots out, though, which is nice for Neutrophil. More medevacs than Freedom made in his entire last, like, 20-minute game he had. Already, 8 minutes into the game. So that's pretty nice for him. This is going to be a bust, though. He needs to just lift up and get out, I'd say. Oh, maybe not. I underestimate, I guess, the power of Marine Marauder. And now they have stem coming in as well. If anything, that force field almost helped him against the Zealots. Now beaten down on the natural base of Neutrophil is Freedom. Marines trying to run away from the Zealots. Marauders now targeting down some of the Stalkers. And it's a scrappy back and forth fight, but it's 73 supply to 33. And similarly to Freedom in the last game, Neutrophil does not want to leave this until he is forced to, with 2 Widow Mines now on the low ground. And a big chunk of bio with stem. I just don't see a cleanup happening here anytime soon. Probe does sacrifice itself to draw out a mine shot, but there's just a stream of bio pouring across the map. One Immortal on its way out, but it will only be so helpful. And alas, another force field was not there this time around. Oh, did he lose his observer? He lost his observer, by the way, guys. So these are permacloaked mines again. GG's.